Come on up, Jeff.
Howdy, friends. I was doing one of those self-tests in the shower we're all supposed to be so vigilant about one time. And damned if I didn't discover that one of my testicles was the size and density of a small Cadbury egg. I went to the doctor to get it checked out, and he said, "Oh, that is malignant as hell." And 24 hours later, me and Lance Armstrong are riding the same unicycle. I didn't have to get chemo or radiation, just a quick snipping motion, and I lay there in my bed at night after surgery, lying next to my girlfriend, who slept very sweetly. And I was just looking up at the night, and all my fear and doubt and self-loathing and just all of it swirled into this form of a giant black bird that flew down and landed on my chest, and it began to whisper horrible things into my ear. It said, "Look, man, you have gone through a doorway, and you may be alive, but it's weird on the other side. People are going to find it very difficult to relate to you from now on. You're never really going to connect again. You'll get used to the loneliness, but it's never going to go away." And you know, that bird was right. I'm happy you find that funny. My pain is your pleasure, I suppose. That bird was right. My girlfriend is a cancer survivor as well, and although she had chemo and radiation, didn't lose any body parts, our suffering is the same size but shaped very differently. And then, you know, you would just be amazed. When people hear you've had cancer, it makes all their baggage in their brain fly right out of their mouths. People would come up to me on the street and be like, "Have you tried yoga? It can prevent all kinds of diseases, and it's so good for you spiritually." Somebody sent me a text message once that said, "Sorry you had cancer. Have you tried wheatgrass juice?" 0 people came up to me and said, "You know, have you tried getting just super stoned and watching the Louis C.K. film Pootie Tang?" I did it all the time, like it would cure cancer. It was real good for me spiritually. I'd lie there in bed at night next to my girlfriend, who sleeps so hard that she smiles in her sleep, and I would not sleep at all. And I would look up at that night, and again, it would turn into that bird, and he'd flutter down, and he'd just say some more things to me. And one time he said, "You know, you've really lost a lot of your energy and drive. It's like you've been half neutered or something." And I would just lie there and look up at the night and think, you know, if this is what it's like to be dead, I could do this. Just dark and floating, and at least that bird had shut up. I really can't think of a reason to get up, so why not, you know? And then one day I was waiting to get a CAT scan, and when you get a CAT scan, you have to drink this liquid that tastes almost exactly like robot piss sweetened with antifreeze. And this couple comes in, and the man has this silver temples and this anus-colored suntan. He looks personally responsible for the financial crisis. The woman he's with, she was gorgeous, but now the cancer has turned her into a pile of antlers. And they sit down, and she nestles into him, and he falls asleep immediately. And she turns to him and says, "Are you sleeping again? You know, you wouldn't be quite so tired if you hadn't been out all night doing drugs with God knows how many other women." And he said, "Well, you know, we talked about my habits before we went into this relationship, and that's not what this is about right now." And she said, "Oh, your habits. You know, your other habit is you follow me around too much, and you know that when I go to the apartment in Italy, I need time to think. And every time you show up with your friends, and we're doing blow and skiing again like nothing's wrong." And he was like, "Well, I don't think I should have to put up with this at all." And she goes, "Well, you don't, because we're done. Goodbye, get out of my life," and stomps off and slams the door. And there's like 5 extra nurses pretending to hold clipboards, just watching the whole thing. We're all just amazed. And my heart just blew up 4 sizes because I felt amazing, because I'm a ball short, I got a touch of cancer, but I'm accustomed to being depressed, all right? These people have money poisoning, and that rots your life from the inside out at a very early age, and then you just have to rub cocaine and helicopter rides and smoked salmon all over it just to feel anything. I mean, and just, okay, schadenfreude, or however you pronounce that word, that's cool, but also, you know, I look back, I just have this incredible epiphany that, you know, support isn't texting somebody the right 10 words and never talking to them again. It's not going to the doctor with them and otherwise being an asshole. It's watching Pootie Tang with them again and pretending like you don't even mind the smell of weed. Really, it's fine. It's lying next to somebody at night while they wrestle with that big black bird and being there with them when the light comes back every day. So I called up the only woman in the world that would fully appreciate what I just seen. I called up my girlfriend, the same woman I've been crying to all summer about how lonely I felt. And I said, baby, you are not going to believe the breakup I just saw in the cancer ward. And she said, oh no, you see the best shit in there. I'm going to shut my office door once you tell me all about it. Just right then, that black bird flew away, man, for real. Thank you.